Hi everyone, how are you? Good morning, good evening, good night, and also happy wedding for everyone. I have 3 weddings around. Three. I hope that they don't um, don't get married again so many times in a few months. Uh, but I would really love to go back to the quarantine in Egypt. um, Never thought that I would say that. This is what we have, and we have to expect for people to be happy and so on. So it's fine. I'm changing room every day. Um, so this is anyways good. It keeps me traveling. So let's start for today. Today is the root chakra in the mind week of the Libra month. See? So today the issue that we're going to discuss is related with the good and the bad. So this is a very complicated issue because, as the said today in the text, this is something very personal, and each one of us has a different perspective. So the reason why it's so complicated and so personal is because good and bad are something that are two things that are related with moral. And moral is something that is related with the perspective from where I am standing myself. So to understand moral, we have to understand from where does the word comes from. So morality comes from the Latin word mores, that comes from the concept of living in one place. Okay, moral means the concept of inhabiting in a specific spot in a moment. That's the concept. We in Spanish have some words to describe that. When we say we live in, we can say also we are moradores, which is to live in a region specifically. So moral comes from the idea of a person that is standing up in one point, in one place, and doesn't change that place because it's where that person lives. And the concept came transform itself into the idea that the way in which you live in that place is also constant and exactly the same. So basically, that people that beholds a moral is the people that says, in my place, these are the rules, this is how I live, these are the laws of my place. So everything that I do in my life is related with those structures. Okay, so this moral that has are the people that beholds a specific way of thinking or doing stuff that is constantly the same and repeating. So basically the opposite of this would be to be immoral, and immoral would be that person that breaks the law, that breaks the idea of how to keep doing the things constantly. Okay, it breaks the pattern easily. It breaks the pattern of keep doing exactly the same thing, and you start to follow other rules to move to the tradition. Thank you. The tradition of these patterns, and you are doing exactly the opposite of what your culture surroundings are doing. And also the other way of seeing this is to be amoral. Okay, amoral would be someone that doesn't take any law, that doesn't create any law, that it's living the day by day, changing everything. Okay, so it doesn't have any specific values. It is just adapting any values from any culture, anytime, without any need. Okay. So now we understand what is moral. Would be we could understand that each family, each house, which is the place where they live or they inhabit, each place has its own moral, so its own perception of what is good and what is bad. So this would mean that for each family, whatever we can say is good or bad, for each family, the differences between the good and bad will be kind of different. Maybe for some more good or more bad, but different kind of levels of good and bad. When you take many families, like a village, a whole population, you could agree in between each one of them what kind of moral will be shared in a place, in a village, according to the level, the comparison of the level of each family, of what they mean, what it means for them, moral, good and bad. So this is why in different regions, in different countries, in different cultures, we can find different attitudes or different ideas from one same aspect. So basically, from this, also many countries write its constitution, okay? Because from that constitution is how it is written according to the values that most of the citizens are sharing in between each other. So this is why our constitutions, our way of being in a country, are based in the morality of the values that we had in a specific moment. Today we can see also that these values, this moral, for some countries are exactly the same, even when the population has changed already. So the thinking, the way of relating with the environment of people is changing through time. So sometimes people starts to evolve faster than the system does, because the system keeps the same moral from the past. So this is the moment when the population starts to ask for the changes of the system, because the constitutions, the basics, the fundamentals of the constitution of morals, of morality from a country are not now the same than the moment they were created. So the question would be why this morality is based in something so structural. And the reason why is because the morality is structured because of the commonwealth or the common good. Okay? So what is common good? Basically, the common good would be the idea of every one of the citizens to live in harmony, one between the other, so they feel good, and also to feel safe in a society. So basically, what the common good is doing in the constitution is try to make the citizens feel safe living in a society. To make feel good the society is to make them feel secure, safe. And the reason why we do this, we create this concept, this idea, is because the concept of good comes in the Latin words, come from bonus. bonus and donus means that person that is always looking for an enemy to create the feeling of safe. Why is the concept of looking for enemies? Because from the very beginning of our species, our biology holds the information that in order to feel quiet and safe, first we needed to see all the dangers from the outside. Because in the past times, now we don't see it like this, but in the past times, everything from the outside could be a potential killer. So everything could kill me. So the idea of being good, feeling fine, or the idea of something that is good is precisely that helps me be safe from the killers. So this is basically that. We have created the concept of the good from the concept of the bad. So this is why everything that is bad in the outside, in the world, are the things that creates the parameter to measure the good things of the world. We wouldn't be able to understand the good without the bad, the evil, because what I explained already of the good looking for the enemy. Think about this. At the very moment when you put yourself in the side of good ones, you are in that moment saying someone that is a bad person. When I naturally say I am a light worker, I am naturally accepting that there are dark workers. So when I say I am a light warrior, I am without a doubt that there are dark warriors. So from the natural perspective of thinking that I am the good one, I am accepting that there are bad ones in the outside. What is the concept of bad? Bad in English is a concept that comes from badal, that means hermaphrodite, that means something that is wrong, that is not natural, okay? Something that is not specifically natural. But we are going to talk for a moment of the Latin origin, all the Latin languages that used to say mal, okay, mal. The good, the bad is mal in the Latin languages. That comes from the word apple. Apple. Also in English we have the words malicious, maleficent, to use that word mal, okay? So check this, that when you find in the Latin words the words mal, mel, male, all those mel, all those words comes from the word apple in Latin, and they all mean kind of mistake, sin, something horrible, all bad things. So the concept of the apple, okay, as the bad things, from where it comes from the tree of knowledge, okay, the apple of the knowledge, which is the fruit of wisdom. And in every history of not only the Adam and Eve, that they were is the first sin, and they were exiled from the Eden because of the apple and all of things. Not only that apple, but also the golden apple, the discord, how do you say it in English? Apple. Well, all the apple stories in history where basically end up in tragedy. The reason why is this is because the apple represents the doubt, represents the question, the wisdom. The knowledge is through the doubt. And in order to get wisdom and to doubt about things is precisely to go against faith. The concept of bad, the concept of the apple means to change the point of view, to change the perception of what I'm looking to. After this, through the religion, through the Christianity, through all Europe and then the world, look how it worked. So they said that God was the good, so God is a good thing. So whatever is against God is a bad thing. If you make questions and you say, I don't know if God is what you say, so you are evil because you are against God, and God is good. You see how it worked? So through thousands of years, we have been built as beings believing that the good is up there with God, something untouchable, and that the bad things are the sins from this world. So for sure you have done yourself this question, why bad people are so successful in life and why good people is not successful in life? So basically, the reason why the good people haven't been having success in life is because we have a program in our heads that says that in order to be people, we have to be there dreaming in an utopia of the heaven, willing to go to the stars, living in a magical world. And the bad people has better results because they know how to handle matter. They don't care about that. They care about this. This is their world. They know how to handle it. It's another programming. So this is why the good people, until they are not responsible of the matter and they start to work in the matter and handle the matter, we are not going to be able to have successful in this world, okay? There is a lot of talk about this now, but I don't want the hours run, so I want to just focus. So all this that I have spoken right now is a concept of how we have been looking into the world in this times, in this reality. But the universe doesn't have any idea about this. The universe doesn't understand this because, remember, the morality is the concept of being stuck in one spot. But the universe is everywhere. Doesn't have one point of view. Is everywhere. So the universe doesn't have any moral. The universe doesn't have morality. So this is why when we ask why the universe is allowing this to happen, it's because the universe doesn't understand what is happening. So basically, when we say why the universe allows this to happen, the universe just sees things happening. So the universe would say, what happens, happens, and that's it. So what we have to do, we are part of the universe. So we are the ones that if we are watching this, we have to do something in order for it to change. We used to project in the universe the idea of God, of a God, a good willing God, someone that is trying to to help us and that is there for anything that happens to us that is evil. But the universe is not that. The universe gives tools constantly. If we don't know how to use these tools, so it's our problem, not the universe's. So basically, basically when we project God, a good willing God in the universe, it is like thinking God is good, and bad people. So if they are gonna be punished in the hell, so the hell works for God, encouraging you to do bad things, not punishing you. So that's a problem in the story, and this is why we are projecting in the universe something that is not really the universe. This is why for the universe, good and bad doesn't exist. It's just an idea created by humans in order to feel safe and to have like a kind of a convention of what would make us feel safer. But it's not something from the universe. In fact, it's not even a law in the laws of the universe. So I am not saying with this that good and bad doesn't exist. What I am just saying is that good and bad are only different visions and a convention between humans to feel safer in life and to live in harmony. So good and bad are not laws that came from heaven to earth. They are simply a convention of different ideas that helps us live in harmony, okay, in a morality, in a specific time and a specific place. So this is why we have to be very flexible in our morality, but we also need to have a morality. So for some people, this morality is determined by God. For other people, this morality is determined by society. And for other people, morality is determined by consciousness. What we should try to do is to guide ourselves by the morality of the consciousness. So remember that what we consider today bad things, in the past they were good things or normal, okay? And the same things will happen with the future. So we cannot attach ourselves to one morality because it will depend and change according to the time and the place where you find yourself. So basically, I hope you could understand a little bit. That I wanted to say is that sometimes I see some questions that I will try to say this more pedagogically. There are a lot of questions that you may do or that other people does that I don't answer them because most of them, with a tiny little moment of thoughts, of thinking, you will find yourself the answer. So I am not here to answer all questions. I am here to speak about an issue that maybe would help you as a basis to create your own questions and to create your own answers. So try to answer your own questions and to use what I explain to create the idea. Don't expect from me all the answers because I don't have them. I have the ideas or the tips so you could find yourself new answers and new questions. Okay, so I wanted to say that because I don't want you to feel that I am not to answer your questions. Well, yes, I am not willing to answer your questions. That's the truth. No, but it's not because I don't want it. It's because I love you to also find the answers by yourself. Let's begin. The vibration for today is no. The statement for today is I am destiny of all fruits. Sit properly, sit comfortable. Begin with yawning, stretching the body, caressing the body. I let all the weight fall down. Take a deep breath and feel the air come inside your body towards the lungs, heart, blood, organs and muscles. I start to perceive as if empty, feeling the air moving around like wind. I perceive the air around me, the wind in the outside. Connect with the wind within, making me feel light as a feather. Use my imagination to design a beautiful sizing around me, feeling myself at the edge of a mountain, looking down to the valley below. Take a deep breath and how the air is going through all your body, making you feel in your axis very still and firm. I feel, I perceive the air from the feet going up to the legs, hip, belly, chest, hands and arms, shoulders, neck, head and hair. Take a deep breath and put your hands with your palms facing the sun, feeling its light. I perceive the light of the sun falling down and crossing my entire body. I perceive that ray going through the crown, third eye, throat, heart, plexus, sacrum, and from there irradiating all its light in the root chakra. Take a deep breath. I perceive from the root chakra 2 rays of light hitting to the palms of my hands, so hard that they even feel like physical. From these 2 rays of light, I feel how my hand starts to be heavy with light, and recognize in both of them I find the concept of my reality. In one hand, the good; in the other hand, the bad. Everything that I conceive good and bad is part of myself, part of the way in which I conceive the world. Both of them are opposite and each other. Both of them are constructions of my morality. And now, breath and begin to bring both of them to your heart. I recognize in the center that both of them are one, and I set the intention to build a morality that is flexible, capable to allow me to evolve. I start to vibrate the sound as I become aware that I am creating a new morality for myself, a new fruit for a new life. A new fruit in the tree of wisdom. And recognize I am destiny of all the fruits. I am destiny of all fruits. I am destiny of all fruits. So softly, I start to bring all this consciousness through my body, by caressing, massaging, stretching, and yawning. We come back here and now open my eyes. So as always, the task for today is to make an artistical expression of what is good and bad according to my morality. So, sorry for the connection, but there's nothing I can do. It's Egypt, there's no good Wi-Fi anywhere. So, I do what I can. So, as always, for the knees and at the same time. So, rest a lot. Thank you. Bye.